Do you know what I really hate? When it comes to solar, I hate the scammers. And now that the battery rebate is coming, already the scammers are starting through again. And I'll talk to you a bit later about it. I'm name and shame the companies that already jumped on that. And I'm quite disgusted that it's not even a week that the minister has announced this. And we already got the Facebook ads now with the bull dust on it. But let's talk about the rebate very briefly.
Presented by Your Energy Answers.
Overall, it is a rebate that has been thought through and the industry has been consulted. But if I can give any advice to industry bodies, I would really try to stay in the neutral corner as much as possible, because if it happened to be a coalition government, none of the industry is served if our industry bodies sit in one corner completely versus trying to be at least pretending to be in the middle. So that's just a general overview there, because it's always a speculative thing with elections and you never know where it ends. And the smart people sit in the middle. But in this case, the rebate is very positive for our industry. I think it's actually about the same as the $8,000 rebate that was offered under John Howard in about 2007. It's going to be a complete game changer. But let's just look at why we have this rebate. At the moment, our grid will be powered, still the majority, by coal-fired. That's one day going to get pulled out. It gets less and less reliable, and we need something to be replacing it. And at this point in time, the large projects from far away, they're not coming on in time. And so now the ordinary households has to do the heavy lifting, and batteries are needed to get our overall clean energy up. It's got a lot of positives. You get about $370 per kilowatt hour of battery, and the total amount for, let's say, a 50 kilowatt hour battery that you can claim is $17,500. So most normal homes with maybe an 11.5 kilowatt hour battery, they're getting whatever 307 times 11 is, which is around the $4,000 mark. So that's all the positives. The positives is also that the government has tried for our industry to have that overlap period, because when somebody hears about rebate, they're going to stop buying. They wait for the rebate to come. So that usually when these are announced, like in New South Wales, which was diabolical, in that case, the industry went to a grinding halt for 6 months, and even now people are still not paid in time, so the processes are still a mess. But in those cases, the government has tried very much to kind of say, okay, you can install now. As long as you do not start running the battery till the 1st of July, you will still get your rebate. So that is actually the government listening to the industry. That's a positive. But as all rebates go, it unfortunately attracts the sharks. It attracts the people which see an opportunity, and here we've already started with it. So here I've got an ad, which is a lovely Facebook ad, and it says battery rebate guarantee. We're not waiting for Canberra. And this is the beautiful German outfit 1,5 running there and saying basically claim your share of the proposed 2.3 battery rebate now. Don't wait for politicians. Secure your battery discount. So it makes it sound to the ordinary customer that actually somehow Comma One has magically found the pot of money and able to get through no matter what the election promises in Australia are, and no matter who wins in Australia, we're going to be able to get you the battery. Well, sorry. Let's read this in detail. The government puts up $2.3 billion for battery rebates if they get into power. Should really say the Labor government. But it won't last forever. Get in early. So it's creating this kind of artificial kind of bull dust to end customers out there that if they don't kind of contact Comma One now soon, that they're going to miss out. I'm sorry. That's misleading. You should be really saying this battery rebate is available for any solar company. We're just one of the many. And you're creating this kind of impression that you guys got anything special in regards to the rebate that others don't. Well, sorry, I don't think that's correct. So here we got an ad that is straight away taking advantage of it and is not, in my opinion, giving the full picture. Now, then we've got here, I love this one, that's even better. These are the ones which say, see if your postcode is eligible to get the rebate when everybody gets the rebate. Again, hooking people in with false information. So this one is now gone on to the rebate, and it is a sponsored ad by solarrebates.com.au /commercial, and it's all there to create leads. they're possibly going to get sold off or they have a company behind it. And here it says, New South Wales business, did you hear about this 2025 industry solar incentives? Now, they're not special 2025 incentives. The STCs are available anytime. You know those ads which say, check if your postcode is qualifies for this super rebate? It is so misleading. They're coming through all the time. In this case, solarrebates.com.au uses regularly the strategy to make people feel they're getting something special when it actually is something that is available for everybody and anybody. So I'm quite disgusted that within a week, all the scamming stuff starts already to pop up on Facebook and other places. And to some degree, we shouldn't be surprised because that's what Australia does best, Find a loophole, get your way through it, and all the good guys who do follow the book in the installer world, who do the right thing, who install well, they get rule after rule after rule thrown onto them by the regulator who try to, cater for those 4 or 5% of scam artists. And the irony is then all the good guys have to do more and more paperwork, more and more stuff. And those 4 or 5 scammy percent, they're still finding their way through. They come up with a new scheme. They do something different. They falsify people's licenses. I've spoken to an installer recently who was in hospital with a heart attack. And in that time, over 80 systems were installed under his name and he's supposed to supervise it. And he knew he hadn't done it. And the regulator came back to him and said, oh, look, it's been now a year ago. It's just a bit too hard to follow it up. And we're not going to do nothing about it. So when that kind of is the answer, of course the scam artists come out of nowhere. So my overall feeling is this is a positive. The battery rebate is a positive. Nevertheless, the government has missed a few opportunities. In my opinion, it's a little bit generous. 250 would have done. Take the 120 per kilowatt hour that is available and throw it at landlords to offer an incentive for solar to go onto the roof. The STCs kill the damn things, but give it to landlords if they pass the benefits on to their tenants. Because those 1/3 of roofs that are rented out and they have no opportunity at the moment to get solar, we need to bring them into the picture. We need to get the solar on those roofs. We need to get batteries in those homes. So quite frankly, that is a missed opportunity. The fact there is nothing really as an incentive for local manufacturing. If you spend $2.3 billion of our taxpayer money on helping the industry, which is wonderful, can we actually get some local manufacturing, getting some benefits out of it too, employ some more engineers, get us going in that battery area? Now I get it. There was a short time frame. It's a sweetener for the election. So therefore, if we announce it long term, we give local benefits, it's much more complex in the kind of application process. Nevertheless, I would have loved to see $100, $200 million put aside for local components to get an advantage to make their way into mass-produced batteries from overseas, or maybe a 5% local component element or something like that, so that we actually start slowly getting an industry. So that's a slight missed opportunity. But in general, very positive. Now you got to think about it. Remarket into your old customers. Offer them a battery. Anybody who got a system over 5 kilowatt, let's say, why would you not try to get them into the batteries? And please pick some of the major brands. We've got innovative product like Sig Energy. We've got established players like SunGrow. SMA has added to it. BYD has added to it. Franklin is there. So we've got plenty of players and we don't need 30, 50, 74, whatever is registered with CC at the moment. Because if you don't have good after sales service, if the product hasn't established themselves at least for a little time in the Australian market, or is such an engineering marvel that you go, this is a good product, then quite frankly, if you do have it installed by Cheap and Cheerful, you will definitely get a boat anchor. So my advice is pick a local installer who has actually used that battery for a while, who is happy with it, who feels that there's innovation in that product, and pick somebody that you can trust, word of mouth has recommended, and do never, please never, buy a battery on price. The solar sharks and battery sharks are circling you. Please stay away.
Please support the channel by liking the video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and check out all our other videos. Want more energy answered? Visit yourenergyanswers.com for quality energy products, tools and calculators, and find your quality local installers. You're still here? I'll see you next time. Bye.